Hey guys, and welcome to the Watchstar Watch Reviews with your host DK, and today we're taking a look at another Addiesdive. So you may remember from previously I did have one on the channel before that I really liked, their Captain Willard homage. Well, this one is their Sumo homage, another Seiko homage that they're doing, and they've done it pretty well in fairness, except for one or two small issues. As always, I've never given anything a completely free run, and this one is no different. So let's take a look at these Addiesdive Sumo homage and see what exactly is up with it and whether I still think you should pick one up. Let's get to it. Alright, let's take a look inside this little black pelican box. So I'll put the affiliate link down below for where I got this one. These are the standard Addiesdive, San Martin, Kronos, Steel Dive, and probably a variety of other AliExpress watches boxes that these come in. And they're very hard to open if you're wearing magic gloves. I've never made anything disappear that you know of, but we'll take the gloves off anyway, and let's make something appear in that we can make the watch appear. So as I say, it is a black plastic case. No idea if it's anything other than that. I doubt it's waterproof. It has a sticker on. Those stickers change as per the brand. Inside the case you get, of course, the Addiesdive Deep Sea Hunter warranty card that is, of course, also sealed and unsigned. You get a warranty card that is also unsigned as well as part of the manual. Again, for the price of these, you don't really expect them to be signed. It is what it is. And the company the store was kind enough to include a number of different straps as well for me. So I've got this black plastic one. They said it's rubber. I think it's plastic. This really nice green Zulu one, which is actually very comfortable on. And of course, the watch itself on the stainless steel bracelet. I went for the green. There is also a blue variant and a black variant. So dimensions on this one, you are looking at a dimension of 45mm in diameter, 48.6 at crown, so it is a big watch. However, it is also big on the lug to lug, 51.5mm, so a fairly large boy all round on this one, as is the Sumo, and of course it lives up to the Sumo name. The lug width is 20mm, so you should have no problem getting a strap on this one, tapering down to that at the clasp. You're looking at a thickness of 13.8mm on that one, and the weight on it is all links included on the bracelet is 196 grams. 3 links removed from my 7-inch wrist is 179 grams. On the black plastic it's just 123 grams, and on the Zulu it is 130 grams. Specs on this one are what you'd expect: 316L stainless steel case, crown, the bezel, and of course the bracelet. You got a mixture of polished and brushed on this one. You can see there that bracelet showing a mixture of high polish and brushed on there. Also the case, you can see there a beveled edge which is brushed between two high polished parts of the case. Nice enough finish as well. As I say, all this is on this actual Seiko Sumo as well. And then you've got a brushed upper and a high polished beveled edge going into that bracelet. The ceramic bezel insert there is 120 click and it is fully loomed. I'll shut up so you can hear a click. There we go, nice solid clicks on that one as well. The bracelet is not too bad actually. It's got brushed and high polish, those two kind of high polish runners. Solid links, solid end links, and just push pins for that bracelet to resize it. But that's all you need really. I'm not a huge actual fan of screw pins because you can end up shearing the screws. Once the push pins are decent, you're not too bad. Now it did come with a press clasp, but the first thing I did is rip that off and put on a milled one. You've also got a very nice bit of AR coating on that domed sapphire, and I have tested it. It is indeed sapphire with a blue AR coating. On this one you've got a signed screw down crown and also a signed screw down case back on this one, giving it 200 meters of water resistance. You can see there the spec sheet, stainless steel with the Addiesdive logo. You've got your automatic movement NH35, so this is a Seiko NH35. As you'd expect with an NH35, you unscrew it once, unscrew that crown, allows you to hand wind the movement. It is 21,600 vibrations per hour, or 6 ticks of a second hand per second. So you wind it by pulling it out once, pull it out a second time. It allows you to adjust the date at the 3 o'clock position there. So wind it towards yourself and it changes, and pull it out once more and you have the hacking second hand, which allows you to stop the second hand and adjust the time. So macro on this one is very nice indeed. You've got that beautiful green sunburst effect dial as well on this one. You've got that triangular indice split down the middle, which looks a little rude to me, to be honest. I'm not going to say what it looks like, but use your imagination. You've got circular applied indices around then the rest of it, with a framed date wheel at 3 o'clock. Down there at the 6 o'clock position, you have green marine automatic 200 meters. No idea what a green marine is. And that prism sort of indice at the 6 o'clock and the 9 o'clock position. You have, of course, those Sumo hands. I wish that second hand had a bit of colour on it though, just all white. I kind of go back and forth whether I like it or not. And you have, of course, those loomed ceramic bezel insert as well. A great loom for the price. And we'll see that later as well. Now, here it is out on my 7-inch wrist. So you can see there that bracelet. The brushing is not too bad, but not too good. It sort of is what it is for the price. If you get brushing at this price, you know you're doing well. You can see there, it does sit high and proud on the wrist, and I have this one reasonably tight on as well, because with the weight of it, I don't really want it wiggling around on my wrist too much. However, if you don't like the bracelet, you can of course buy it with the plastic strap. I don't see why you would though. It's not a good one. I would go with something rubber instead. I would go with some silicone or something like that. Actually, a nice silicone from, say, who sent me ones actually recently? I'm trying to remember who sent me straps. Strapsco have nice ones. You've also got Vario, and there was another one. Ritchie watch bands, actually. That was the one I had on most of my ones that are 20 millimeters. You can see it suits the watch, but don't really think that the quality of this plastic one is up to snuff, so I wouldn't bother using it for this one. And here it is on the final Addiesdive official option, their green Zulu strap. You can see there that the hardware, those rings are coated or else brushed, I don't know, in something. I'm also wearing this one, as you can see, sort of in an over-under approach. So I've got one piece of the Zulu going over my wrist and one piece going underneath, trapping the wrist inside. It just takes a little bit of the extra dimension off that, how tall it is on wrist. However, if you want to change it up, here is a green, black and red NATO strap. This one is off AliExpress. I think it's about a €2 or €3 job. I don't really remember. I think this is the Bond one, the old school Bond one. I can't really remember. I really think that this watch suits straps that have a bit of green in it, but if you want to colour it up, you can also add the black and red in there. However, this is a new favourite of mine, and to be honest, if you've watched a couple of reviews recently, you've seen I've started to really fall in love with these shark mesh straps or Milanese mesh straps. I must get a few more of them because they really do add a sort of, I don't know, kind of a vintage dive look to stuff. And I think that if you're not going to have it on the bracelet, if you want a steel option, this is a good option. However, if you want to try it out on something really outside the box, here is a brown leather one from WatchGecko. I bought a bunch of these ages ago as part of a multi-pack. They're pretty decent straps. Now, to be honest, I don't think this watch really suits leather. It's a bit of a sort of, it's a chunky monkey. Let's put it that way. It's a big boy, it's a big dive watch, it is what it is. I don't really think you can dress it up. However, what you can do is lean into that and put it on this. This is an AliExpress waffle strap. It's not a waffle strap. I don't know what you'd call it. Either way, a tropic strap, that's what it's called. A tropic strap with quick release spring bars, and I think the green really, really suits this watch very nicely indeed. And I did mention earlier in the video that the loom is something to behold. Well, I wasn't lying. Let's wait for it. 3, 2, 1, bang. That is absolutely spectacular. This is 15 minutes of footage. Actually, it's about 18 minutes of footage because I forgot to stop the recording, sped up of course. Given 2 minutes of light from my UV torch, and with my other Addiesdive, the Captain Willard homage they do, it's the exact same story. Incredible loom on this one. This one hangs in there the whole time. Those hands do look like they fade in the camera version, but to be quite honest with you, I've worn this one at night. I've given it a quick charge, and it drives my girlfriend nuts because she will wake up in the middle of the night and see the damn thing glowing on my wrist. I don't think she likes it very much, but I absolutely love it. For two reasons. One, I can see it at night, and two, I get to wind her up a bit. So on to the final section of the video, likes and dislikes. And the first thing I really like about this one is the colour scheme. I love that all green look, the green bezel insert, the really nice green sunburst dial, and the fact that they've got that slightly off-white, almost kind of French white colour on the indices and the markings around the bezel insert. Really, really nice. And also the fact that they've got these beveled edges as well. I know this is all stuff that, the Seiko Sumo brought in. This is not Addiesdive things, but they've replicated them very well. The second thing I'm going to praise is the specs on this one. Even with that bracelet, it is a solid end link, solid link bracelet with push pins. You've got lume all the way around the bezel and also the hands. You've got the looks of the watch. You've got it stainless steel, an NH35, and great AR coating on this one. All for about 130 to 140 quid. Can't really complain too much. Now what I can complain about is this bezel insert. It's off. So I don't know if you can see there properly, but that's the natural position of the bezel insert. So I'm going to give it a quick whirl around so you can take a look. But I actually have to wear this one a half click. It's between clicks. It's pretty off. I'll see if you can see it on camera. That's one click. We'll give it another one. I think there's one more to go. Yeah, and you can see there it's off, and then that's actually off on camera. But I have to kind of just give it a little nudge forward. That's in real life, that's it lined up perfectly. Now I know that might be a really nitpicky thing to be picking up on, but to be fair, it's something that they could have done in QC, they could have caught it, and it would be silly of me not to mention it. Next thing I'm going to say is I'm not really a huge fan of that bracelet. I haven't worn this watch too much on the bracelet, if I'm being honest. I've worn it on rubber or I've worn it on a Milanese mesh. I don't really like these weird high polish runners. I'd have preferred if it was just all brushed. Again, probably a Seiko Sumo thing that they've carried over, and also the fact that I have to pay and put on my own milled clasp. I don't understand why they don't just stick a proper milled clasp on it. These are like a £5. To them, it's probably like €1. They probably buy them all in bulk anyway and just shove them on. They're not going to cost much. It really wouldn't be a big issue. Also, there's huge lug gaps on this one, so realistically, if you're not wearing it on the bracelet or a NATO, you're going to see through onto your wrist. There is a very big gap you'd have seen if you were watching for the leather strap option. That is a bit of an issue, and it just reduces the versatility. So guys, there you have it, my review of the Addiesdive Sumo Homage. The MY10 is what they call it. It's a great watch, in fairness. The green in particular looks amazing. There's a couple of other variants in the colorway, but I think the green is the nicest one. However, there are one or two small things as we've gone through. The fact that that bezel does not line up, it's about a click off either way, unfortunately. And also the lug gap that you get if you don't use anything other than a NATO or the supplied bracelet. And finally, that weird name, Green Marine. It doesn't say Blue Marine, by the way, if you get a blue one, or a Black Marine if you have a black variant. It's just the name of the watch for some reason. Anyone knows what Green Marine refers to? Maybe it's something to do with the Seiko? Leave it in the comments below. Speaking of which, if you liked the review, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I have been your host, TK. This has been the Watch Chart Watch Reviews, and I will see you guys next time.